If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time. know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I will not let go. You are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, the wind beneath my wings. Thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings.
Did you get my arm right? No. Oh, sorry. That's me. Wait, there. That's moving to SOS. Excuse me, Steve. Go early.
Hey, you're late.
Wait a minute, this is a kid's range.
Yeah.
Oh, we can get it up here. Hey, Gil, got that seat.
Yeah, can I have everybody's attention?
You really need this? Yes. Do you? Okay. Thank you. I'll go back.
Appreciate everybody coming out to the first annual walk, march, parade, whatever you want to call it. And those of us who are able to survive the walk, we're going to have a picnic at Inwood. And so we've got a few things to do before we go. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to the club and John for coming out and making this available for us. I'd like to thank Shirley Smith for putting a lot of this together. And we'd like to thank Marty Ruck and his friends from Vistaphone. Marty, would you stand up, and everybody from Vistaphone, would you stand up? And we'd like to thank all the walkers to make it possible. Everybody did a great job. I was very happy to see that everybody stayed on the sidewalk. Kids, I didn't see any pushing or shoving or...
You won't get them sitting down.
Okay, wait for the machines and sit down with programs.
Tough crowd.
I'm going to share a few things with you. And then at the end, if we have time, I'm going to ask you to work on your rap. You might just have gotten a couple sentences, maybe you got a couple paragraphs, whatever. If we have time, and someone would like to talk about the rap, talk the rap up here, that would be available. Just to focus things, one of the main reasons of doing this is to call attention to the need for big brothers. And we have the cable TV, it's going to be on the Herald News, there's a photographer from the Herald News, and there might be something on the radio also. So hopefully, a lot of people saw us as they're driving by. Hopefully a lot of people will see the picture in the paper, and we can make it possible for some more kids to get a special friend. This time I'd like to introduce a longtime big brother, past president of the board of directors, current member of the board of directors, to welcome us and say a few words. And Don Schmidt, will you come forward?
You did make an impression today because I wasn't able to get out to your walk, which I wanted to do. My little brother was out of town. He's going on 16, so he has his own things to do at this time. And he was going to be out of town today. And due to my work schedule, I wasn't able to make it, but you maybe didn't realize that you walked right by my office, and I can tell you made a nice impression. And it was orderly, and it drew a lot of attention to the rooms, and it was exciting. Daryl said this was very loose today, so I don't really have anything structured to say from the board, except I guess if I could talk about volunteerism. Am I getting feedback, or is this better? Sounds good. But when President Bush took over a few years back, one of the first comments he made nationally was about volunteerism. And at that time, he asked people just to be concerned about one other person in our community. And I guess that's really what this is all about. When we think of volunteerism from a national standpoint, sometimes you look at these large international, national organizations, and we, as a single person, say, I don't see how I can be of help with that large group. I won't make a difference. But when you look at it from a community community standpoint, or less than that, a one-on-one, you really do have an impact on the people that you communicate or come in contact with. When Daryl asked me to say a few words today, I thought about my little brother. We've been matched, and I'm not sure, somewhere between 7.5 and 8.5 years, I guess. He's a junior in high school now, so we'll have, if things go well, one more year left on the match, and then it will end by the agency standards. And thinking back, I was wondering, how did I make a difference in his life? We didn't do anything big. We didn't go to a lot of big events. We didn't do anything that was out of the ordinary. I didn't help him do homework. I wasn't responsible for him getting poor or average or good grades. But as I thought back, at least he's kept his nose clean for this number of years. He's not been in trouble. And I guess maybe just me being there had a difference. Just for the fact that he had a friend and he knew that I was his friend. He could always count on me. But he never came to me. Never asked a lot of questions. We just talked. We had fun. We went tromping through the woods, and we went down to my family's farm. Different things like that. To me, those were small things, but I guess to him, those were very large. So to any of the adults here today, all I could ask you to do is spread the word to your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, and ask them, would you please help? Just be a friend to one other person through this agency, and it will make a difference. To all of the kids, ask your parents or your relatives if someone that they know might be interested in helping out in an organization that you are a part of. I really have nothing else to say at this time. I'm going to turn it back to Daryl. I do have a few magic tricks in my pocket. Maybe later on I'll do something for you. That's it.
We have another special guest with us today. I asked a friend of mine who has been involved with children for a long time. He's also a supporter of Big Brothers. He's participated in our bowling event. And probably his most distinction would be that he's an Irishman. And he comes highly recommended. And I know there's going to be a lot of kids today. And I thought that it would be appropriate to have this person come and share just a few of his thoughts to the kids. And so I'd like for all of you to give a nice warm welcome to Dan Malone.
Thanks, Daryl. The first thing I did was put my backside to the camera. That's not real smart. Like Daryl said, he asked me to come today, and to be real honest, I was surprised and I was honored at the same time. I am not, a professional football player. I'm not someone who speaks for a living. Like Daryl said, my main credentials are that I've worked with people for about 20 years. I know that I don't look that old, but that I've worked with people for 20 years, and a lot of those people have been small people. And I've enjoyed that work with small people. And one of the things I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about today was, the fact that you don't have to be real important. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to be tall and good looking to do something with your life and to do something today. I think back in growing up, and as you can see, I'm not a real big fella, but I wanted to always be a football player. But God didn't give me the package to be a football player. He didn't put me in a big body, so you compensate for that. So so in high school, you look at what can you do, and you want to be in sports if that's something that you're motivated to do. And I weighed 89 pounds, so I sure wasn't going to play football. But a wrestling team has a 95-pound weight class, so I found my niche there. You don't have to be in this life to be someone who it comes from a terrific family. You know, all families can't be, you know, like Dr. Huxtable's family on the Cosby Show, where in 30 minutes all the problems are solved. Families aren't like that. Some of my work has been at the Garden Angel Home for 11 years, and you work with children who have had difficulty in their life, whose families haven't been there for them when they needed them. And what's nice about having people, and one of the things that Big Brothers and Big Sisters does and do, is they help, and they're there, and like Don said, to be supportive and to help and to be there when needed. And I think that if we as people can do that, we as individuals, as children, you know, help each other and push and to be the best we can do. And I've seen a lot of kids who didn't have a lot going for them as far as dollars and families and nice homes and things like that. But the one thing that I think has gotten them through and made them better people is that they've given 110%. And use what God has given you, or use what you have. Help each other. Do the best you can do with what we have. You know, I think I look back at, you know, growing up again, and it's a struggle. It's not easy. You know, one of the biggest things that you have to go through in life is being together with other kids. And, you know, you're always too short. You're always too tall. You've got too many freckles. Your feet aren't right. You know, there's always something. And, you know, our friends can be cruel. And all through life, we have to kind of deal with that. And I think if I can share anything as far as motivation or as far as being a better person, it's kind of digging within yourself and being the best possible person you can be. And help each other to be the best possible people that you can be with what you have. We all can't be real good in school. We all can't be A students. We all can't be sports enthusiasts. We all aren't going to play for the Bears, or we all aren't going to be on the play for the Cubs. But we can do the best with what we have. And the main thing, I think, is helping each other be better at what we have. And you know, that's what I wanted to kind of share with people today. I didn't want to take a lot of time. You know, Daryl wanted me to come and do, you know, 10 minutes or so. And I just wanted to say some things around those lines. You know, and other thing I wanted to do, you know, just holler out, you know, give me one good thing that you're good at. Who can holler out one good thing that they're good at? You, right there.
Math.
You're good at math. Okay, very good. Anybody else? Back there. Reading. What else? Just holler out. Anybody else? Baseball. Did I hear somebody say baseball? Football. Basketball. Art. Very good.
I'm good at spelling.
You're good at spelling. Okay, those.
I'm good at art.
What was somebody over here? What? I didn't hear any skateboarding. I thought I heard skateboarding. You know, that's the big thing. Okay, skateboarding. Now, what? You had another one. Huh? Surfing? No kidding. Roller skating. There you go. So my point is that everybody is good at something. We all can't be good at everything we try. Sometimes we're not going to be as successful as we can be at something. But, you know, everyone is good at something. And we can parlay that into making a living. And that's what we can do. You know, one of my talents has been working with people and working with little people and working with children. And who can guess what I do for a living?
Talk.
Talk. I don't do that very well, but I, you know, talk. How about over there? Counseling, I've done some of that. Anybody else make a guess?
Work.
Well, I try to do that, yeah, pays the bills. I've been in education, and part of it's been in special education. And where I'm working with children, and that's something I've always been kind of led to. But you can take that strength. I'm not real good in math. You know, somebody said they were good in math. I can't balance my checkbook. Fortunately, I married someone who's real good at that. So